Hello, beautiful soul. Samantha here of Senses of the Soul. And this is my weekly Ascension reading for May 13th to 19th, 2024. And our theme this week is taking your awareness to a higher vibe. So, after all of the potent influx of solar light coding that we've had, particularly last week, we have had rapid healing and further embodiment of the DNA 1 to 6 upgrade that I've talked about in the last few months. And we experienced that in February, and we continue to embody that as we move through these months right up until the end of July. And we have now far less density and can move more easily to a higher vibration in ourselves. So our connection to the higher realms and is increasing, as well as our channeling. And we're being able to pull in and integrate multidimensional consciousness so much better in ourselves. We are lighter and we are being the light, which is the theme I talked about in my monthly Ascension update. So if you've missed that, go take a look at that, the update on my website and the video, because this is the weekly readings build on these, okay? And so we're now being the light through greater spiritual awakening. And we're leaving more of that fear-based paradigm behind and getting more solid in our root chakra, because this whole year is about strengthening our solid foundation in the root chakra. So for community, purpose, really living here, that feeling that, we're living here for a reason, and loving life much more. So we are becoming more homoluminous, more living in a light body, creating a light body as we continue to get all of the galactic coding that's coming through and embodying that DNA upgrade that started in February. So that was a big one, DNA 1 to 6 strands. And the sun activity now seems to be leveling off, and the geomagnetic storms that were happening, the activity levels are now reducing. So as we go through this week, the main archetype that you'll be working with is the sovereign. So let's take a look at this week's reading. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got lots of wonderful cards, but the main archetype this week that we're working with is the sovereign. It's upside down, so we are in the shadow, okay? And that means we're still wrestling with that shadow aspect, and knowing here that the sovereign is second chakra. And it's the governing force of creative power in our second chakra, where we build creative energy. And then we follow our inner guidance with the creative intention to co-create our lives and to manifest in the outer world. So we build that energy down in that second chakra, particularly in the reproductive area and the kidneys, okay? Kidney chi, as it's called, kidney energy and vital force. So the big thing for you this week is to look at where you're being asked to step up and to take inspired action and take ownership of your creative power, because you're a powerful creative being. And we're just starting to remember this more and more as we leave the old paradigm of fear, lack, and scarcity behind. And so I'm asking you this month to take a look at, as well as this week, what is igniting your heart? Because as we move through this new earth paradigm, we are learning to live through the heart, not through the head. And so what's igniting your heart, even if you're still a little bit uncertain and afraid, okay, on whatever level that is? So, and a reminder that May's spiritual law is the law of inspired action. And so this spiritual law is basically about, it takes as much energy to not follow through and not create manifest as it does to create and manifest. So if you're still feeling uninspired, then connect with something that really does make you feel inspired. Okay. So for me, it's always nature. Actually, this last Mother's Day weekend, I ended up going on a beautiful garden tour here where I live and saw 12 gardens, and it really inspired me to move forward with the creative projects that I want to do, even though I was a little worried about certain things. And now I'm moving more into it with more inspiration. So, keep your vibe high in whatever way you need to in order to move forward and be brave. Okay. And so the plant allies we have this week, we have a first chakra with dandelion, a third with marshmallow, We have a 6th chakra with fairy bell, a 7th chakra with lavender, and then we have dwarf Korean lilac. Lilac in general is an 8th chakra plant ally, and that goes with the enchanter enchantress that you can see here, both rainbow chakra. So there's lots of wonderful plant allies to help us this week. And you see that most of the cards in this reading are upside down. And when you see the sovereign, when you see an archetype upside down in my card deck, that's always being in shadow. And then when you see these upside down, it means you really have to pay extra attention to them. Okay. When you see the plant allies upside down, because the universe is speaking loudly about this and really wants you to work with this. It'll be up in front of you. And it's really not something that would be good to ignore. So dandelion is a root chakra. It's part of the earth mother / victim archetype. And so dandelion is all about feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay, this is about bringing in resilience and determination, courage, overcoming fear and feelings of powerlessness. Okay, it's about not doing the safe thing, essentially. So take risk. This is the time to take risk. We've just moved out of, actually today, as I'm filming this, it's May 13th. This is, we are just out of Mercury retrograde post shadow. So energies are going to pick up and you'll find that things are going to move forward again, even more quickly for you. So the density is really released so that we can do that. And you'll find that things that were maybe on hold are starting to move forward more for you. So yeah, feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay, that's dandelion and moving past that victim archetype. And then we have marshmallow, which is part of the warrior archetype. And this is about releasing insecurity and embracing your authentic power. So again, finding the willpower to keep moving forward, standing in your authentic power, and having balanced inner power. So this isn't about, being under balanced in power or pushing others in your power. This is about being in your power as you move through the world and finding the willpower to create what you want to create and manifest what you want to manifest. Okay. And then we have the 6th chakra with fairy bell, and this is about being the sage archetype. Okay, and honoring other ways of knowing beyond the intellect. Okay, so this is about trusting your inner guidance, having more confidence as you move into this week. Okay, releasing destructive and negative thought patterns that keep you from really creating your life and growing as a soul. This is about what your soul needs are and following that. Not about doing the safe thing, okay? And moving beyond any illusion of control. So our brain tends to get in the way and really destroy or obstruct what our heart wants. So continue to listen to what your heart wants and where you feel inspired, okay? And then lavender, which is part of the 7th chakra. So the 7th chakra is about I align my earthly truth with cosmic will. And this is about higher guidance and surrendering. So we're learning a lot this month to surrender, because that's part of that enchanter, enchantress. And the 7th is to surrender, let go of the ego and listen to your higher guidance in terms of what you're getting, in terms of guidance to follow. And so this week as well, still continue in your own way to slow down when you need to. Breathe, okay, open up to higher guidance, beyond fear, surrender your personal agenda about how you think things should be. So this is about really trusting something much greater than yourself. Okay. And then finally, we have, yes, the 8th chakra plant ally that is shown up here in the reading, and that is lilac. And this is about I trust in the divine blueprint of my life. Again, rainbow chakra. And this is where we are going to take our awareness to that higher level and get leverage to move again out of any density and fear, lack, scarcity, and control. So continue to work with that and direct any emotional intensity that you have towards passionate love, new relationships, creative projects, new ideas, anything that you are feeling, and move forward. Okay. Despite any pain or trauma from the past, you now have the leverage and you've cleared out of a lot of that past pain story density to move forward. And as we move this week, we don't have any cosmic events, but we have an upcoming moon portal on May 23rd, which I'll talk about when I do my reading next week. Okay. And as always, remember mindfulness, choice, and directed action are key to successfully navigating the ascension process. So please subscribe. I love your likes, your comments. That helps me as well to know I'm not alone on my journey. And I'll see you for future readings and updates. And I'm sending you a galaxy of love. I will see you next week. Okay, many blessings.